Well, Liam Rosenior talking at length about the kind of things that he wants to put in place at Chelsea to kind of make sure that his team delivers actually on the improvements that they have made in his time here. But the results are not coming, Daniel. That's 5 defeats in the last 6, 4 of them by 3-goal margin. So where are they falling short?
Defensively and individual mistakes. You know, and attacking wise, to be honest, because for all the stats we talk about in terms of them being great at creating chances and all these different types of things, they're not putting the chances away. You know, the defeats that they've suffered in recently, bitterly disappointing to say the least. And I think that the manager will know his expectation level of these players would be to kick on. He's had a bit more time with them now. He's trying to build something with them, and it's just not working out as it should. When you look at those results for a club of Chelsea's magnitude, that can't be happening. The players aren't performing to the level they should be. The big name players who were top players last season, who were performing to their level, haven't hit their level, hit the heights that they've hit over the course of their Chelsea careers. Very disappointing time for them. They've got big games coming, and to be honest, the most pivotal thing for Chelsea Football Club right now is ensuring they make that Champions League, because, you know, we talk about the recruitment and all these things, but attracting players at a club without Champions League football is going to be very difficult for them.
Not just attracting players. I mean, they find themselves 4 points behind Liverpool and Aston Villa, who are inconsistent at this stage of the season. So it's not, 4 points and 7 points isn't necessarily beyond Chelsea. Certainly 4 points to overcome. But there are players who are at the club who are talking about possibly their future being elsewhere. Marc Cucurella was making noises about being not unhappy, but maybe a little bit unsettled and not entirely satisfied with the transfer policy. And then you've got the Enzo Fernandez situation that Pat asked Liam Rosenior about there as well. So it's not just about bringing players in and attracting them, Micah. It's about keeping the players they have as well.
It's not good, though. I think some of the things that the players have said, I think there was alluding to a few more experienced players. It's how can you build...
Well, Marc Cucurella said that, and he's 27.
Yeah, but in terms of, you need a few more. If you have a team where you buy in at, say, 18 to, say, 23, and you know about the resale value, we get all that sort of stuff. And if they stay here for a long period of time, that'll be fine, because they can all grow together, they can build a team. However, when you look at Chelsea's back line today, was that going to be good enough to stop Man City's attack? And you have to say no. We showed stats before the game in terms of they're creating chances, but they're not taking them. And the manager said in his interview, it's about moments. At the moment, Chelsea are not taking the big moments in the games, and then once they concede a goal, they sort of capitulate. If you had a few more stronger characters, senior pros in the dressing room, it might just help on that front.
Yeah, and I don't just think it's that. I also think it's players who are closer to being the finished article. You know, they spend 40, 50 million quid on players, and no disrespect to them, but when you look at someone like a Kvaratskhelia at PSG, who for 70 million euros in January, they go and buy him, and you saw the quality, what he did to Chelsea over 2 legs, and you sort of think, he was available, yet you go and buy multiple players when you could just spend more on one, that you have more of a sense that he's played Champions League football, he's done it at the highest level, we know what he's about, and I think that's what it is. It's all good and well investing in potential, but sooner or later, potential is not enough. That's got to come true. So you have to buy senior players, because those are the ones that lead by example. Those are the ones that will help these players develop into the players we hope they can become.